I know a lot of trans people, they'll be like, oh, when I was young, I played with Barbies and all that stuff. And like, I really wasn't like that. I was very always feminine. Like when I came out, everyone was kind of like, we know, you know, like it was kind of like that. But I never played with dolls. Like I was the doll, you know? I played with Legos. I was interested in like building pyramids. The gayest thing I did as a child was I painted my nails like all the time. And if I had like any girlfriends, they were getting manicures.
Did you have mostly girlfriends when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. It was the situation where, like, the parents were like, they can sleep over. You're good.
Are you sure you want to post that? It's gonna be online forever.
Okay. Wow. We have a much anticipated guest on the pod today. We have the beautiful Gracie Jane, adult performer and artiste. I was listening to your Spotify on the way over here.
Oh.
I was getting down in the Uber.
Good, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually working on some new music right now. So
Did you say her name?
Gracie Jane.
Okay.
say it again.
Say it again.
Get my name in your
Underline
mouth.
it.
But I do go. My artist name is Jane's World. So.
Jane's World.
Yeah, worth mentioning.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How was your day so far?
My day's been good. I woke up excited because I get to see you guys.
Oh my god.
I know. I felt
So
the
much
energy
less
building.
cursed than the last time I saw you guys.
Wow.
I was telling Stella,
cursed.
it was like not even that long ago, and it feels like 10 years ago because of all the crazy.
It literally does.
happened.
And like it's almost embarrassing because I'm like, if you knew me 2 years ago, like I know it doesn't sound like a lot of time, but that was not me. That was not me.
No, literally, it's the same. No.
A
If you knew
lot.
me 1 month ago. But you know, I have a saying. If you're not completely embarrassed of the person you were 3 months ago, then
You're not changing enough.
You're doing something wrong.
Yeah, read a book.
Yeah.
Like what?
Do something embarrassing.
Like, do something you need to heal from.
Yeah.
Okay?
Every day feels like its own lifetime.
Yeah. It's true.
Honestly.
Yeah.
When you're paying
Sounds
attention.
like you lived a lifetime last night.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe
I
two.
did. Yes.
Have you ever been to the Comedy Store?
Yeah, I've actually performed there once.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Okay, so you know the vibe of being a woman at the Comedy Store. Everyone
Oh,
wants to eat you with their fucking eyes.
Yeah.
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 Oh my God. I did comedy songs there when I was performing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Give us one now. Just
I know, I want it so bad.
Okay. I had one that was like, don't talk to me with my head. Oh, wait, this is perfect because I was in the Uber on the way here. I had my headphones in and this motherfucking dude,
Trying to
of
tell you about
course,
his family.
today the men want to act up. I'm like, perfect. I'm coming on this podcast. And I can talk
Give me
shit
my
about
fuel.
them. Literally, he was like, this is fucking crazy. I was leaving, like I got into the Uber from my apartment and he was like, oh, you live here?
Okay.
I
Starting
was
off
like-
on a
I
terrifying
was like,
foot.
I'm homeless. I don't have a house.
the only response, you'll never find me.
Yeah, literally.
My house changes every night.
Yeah, that part. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's so weird. Don't talk to people with their headphones in. It's so rude. But that was the song. Don't talk to me with my headphones in. Don't talk to me while I'm listening.
Don't do it.
Don't talk to me with my headphones in. I'm trying to get a listen in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen
There's
to my own
verses.
music.
Yeah. Or podcast or whatever it is. My own. No, I'm kidding.
If you guys could only watch porn, no sound or listen to porn, no visual for the rest of your life.
Oh, that's hard.
Watch.
Watch
Okay.
no sound.
Choose a watcher. I think I'd pick sound, actually. I think the sound does it for me a little more.
But sometimes the sound of is the worst part. I'm not gonna lie. Depending on the video. But
Can I
True.
be honest?
yes.
In real life, music, love it during
Mm.
in porn. Except there's one exception. I watch a lot of gay porn, believe it or not. And I love when it's like the gayest music on earth playing in the background of like gay porn. It's like Katy Perry like blasting. I think that just makes me like laugh and I just keep it going. But I have to mute it. If it's like any kind of music, I'm just like, turn it off
Yeah.
for the video.
Yeah.
It's good in real life. That's a vibe, but
I used to watch a lot of gangbang compilations, and the music in those is like the most abrasive metal.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And the girls like getting railed. But
I have one like that out there.
Yeah, I'm not watching those anymore.
I kind of like the like Seinfeld drum beats.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? When they're like, wow,
Bow,
wow,
bow,
wow,
bow.
wow. Yeah.
Okay, that's 70s.
Yeah.
Going retro.
That's cool. I see that for you.
Bow chicka bow. Wow. That's cool. A stalker showed up to my house yesterday. Yep.
I'm so sorry. That's terrifying.
Which is why I was out so late, because I didn't want to go home.
Oh, of course not. That's horrible. I'm
I
so
know.
sorry.
Quick.
Where do you live? No, I'm kidding.
I was about to answer.
No, you were not.
God protect me.
God protect me because I ain't
Oh,
gonna do it
no.
for myself.
I'm trying. I'm trying my best. So right when we started this podcast, we did a photo shoot on
Ignorant shit.
Ignorant. We were still porn pilled at the time. And we were in lingerie doing a photo shoot in the middle of Sunset Boulevard, thinking that that would be fine.
First wrong step. Thank you.
There was, I mean, some the photos came out great.
They did.
But the experience was scary, obviously. And there was this guy that kept circling around, kept coming back around, yelling from the car.
He was
Holding
like,
up traffic.
Sydney. And I was like, whoa. It's kind of sad because this is one of my stories of like having been recognized, but I'm like,
I
it
was
was
like,
actually
how did he know your name?
terrifying. Yeah. He was like, I follow you on Instagram. And, you know, it was weird and creepy. And Susie went off on him and he never bothered us again until yesterday. Mind you, that was like a year and a half ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I get home, there's this guy who was definitely just like parked there waiting for me to get home. And I get out of the car, I'm like holding 12 different things. I have the dog, you know, I'm very distracted. Also, there's like traffic happening. And he's like, hey, I met you one time. So immediately my brain is like shut off, but also turned on in like a survival mode. And he's like, I met you you were doing this photo shoot in lingerie on Sunset Boulevard. And I was like, were you the guy that was circling around and being weird? And he's like, no. That is a very real reality. I hear a lot of girls be like, oh, stalker showed up at the house. Oh, yeah, people in the cars yelling, blah, blah, blah. That is a very real downside of this business, because it's not just like we're influencers or whatever. There's another layer to it where they've
Seen our.
yeah.
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 I had someone once like who just called me off the hook to the point where off a block number, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like so and I didn't understand. I didn't realize you could like stop block numbers from calling you for like a couple days. Then I figured it out because I was like freaked out and I was telling people. But yeah, he was calling me off a block number so incessantly I couldn't even like use my phone.
Oh
It's
my
really-
God.
It was tragic.
Baby reindeer shit.
Wow. Yeah.
Horrible.
Traumatizing.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Please.
You should have performed a citizen's arrest. That's what I wanted to do to the Uber. I have like fantasies of doing that. Like when guys act like that, I have fantasies of being like, all right, little do you know, now you're under citizen's arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, straight to prison,
Yep.
straight to jail.
Yeah.
And this ain't regular prison. This is the
No.
people's prison.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to go where I'm about to send you.
Oh, yeah. You know,
You're going down.
like I wish I was videotaping
Bitch.
him. There's always a million things that you like wish that you did later, but
Mm,
citizen's arrest would have went crazy.
yeah, citizen's arrest. You should just start.
Started
Can
screaming.
I tell you? I actually have some safety tips for everybody.
Please.
I was like a Backpage girl for a long time, so like I had to like figure out some tactics.
Mm.
One great thing to do if you're like in a situation with someone who's clearly like unstable, get more unstable than them. So like I have
You don't have a
done
problem with that.
just like
Girl.
start screaming, pretend crying, and be like, "Oh my God, you're making me so uncomfortable," and just like start like freaking out, like for real, because they don't want to deal with that crazy shit.
Right,
They
yeah.
don't. They don't. They expect you to be scared, not like crazy, you know. So if you
Right.
take it to like a psycho level, like
Yeah.
they sometimes get freaked out,
Hell yeah.
and it kind of helps like, your adrenaline's going, so it
Yeah.
helps you get there, you know.
I've definitely done that with like unhinged cat callers. Like they'll be like, "Oh, girl, those thighs," or whatever, and I'll be like, "Wait till you see my dick," or whatever, and I like
Yeah.
start screaming at them and start
I do
like
that
fake
too.
jerking off at them. Yeah, you become like you cat call them more abrasively, and then they're like stuck,
Yeah.
frozen.
I usually go for a bark, but sometimes, I mean, usually they're not that into it. But sometimes they are. Sometimes they like a little bark.
You got to go with like crazy shit. Like, my mom just died, and you're really freaking me out right now, and I don't need this right now. Like, they don't know. They don't want to deal with that. Shit.
How can you see me? You know.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. I'm using that.
It's a good one. I have used that one and it was successful.
How can you?
You're not supposed to see me.
That's funny.
Ah. But enough about that. We love men on this podcast. This is
This is a male podcast.
Oh yeah.
This is a men's rights podcast.
Men's rights. Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm like,
what's new with you, Gracie? Why are you glowing? Tell us
I'm-
the secrets and the tea.
thank you. Okay, so
Tell us the
I've
journey.
actually been doing really well. I've been just like in my like healthy era. I've been like working out. I'm about to. So when I was younger, I used to be a dancer, like professional dancer. And I stopped because I got bullied and I got interested in other things. And and like this, I decided like I've been like getting stronger and I decided I want to start dancing again. So I'm going to go take some classes this weekend.
Her too. Honestly, you guys are on the same
Really?
page.
Yeah.
What class are you taking?
Oh. I don't have any plan.
Oh my
Are you
God,
gonna
come
go-
to the same one as me.
Are you gonna go to like the playground?
Yeah, I'm going to some
Really?
heels classes.
Oh,
my God, fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, I can't
Yay.
wait.
What type of dance did you do?
I did hip hop and then I did ballroom dancing.
Ah.
Wow. I was
Mhm.
expecting like the ballet tap jazz
Mhm.
saga.
No. Why were you expecting that?
I don't know.
I
'cause
thought you were a
what I did.
ballerina.
Yeah.
Because I'm gay. I'm gay.
Oh my God.
No,
Ballroom.
I was never. Yeah, ballroom.
Like the tango?
swing dancing.
Oh, swing.
I did swing. Yeah.
Wow, that's so much fun.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had like this obsession with being like classy because like I just I didn't grow up with a ton, so like I really wanted to like appear like high society.
Mhm.
So I got really into ballroom dancing and like manners and etiquette.
Ah.
And I'm glad I brought this up because I've been thinking about lately. I think I realized that I have to start to dial it back because
Too elevated.
the point of etiquette.
Too classy.
I'm too cunt, but this problem keeps coming up. But I realized, okay, so the point of etiquette is that like you're supposed to make other people feel comfortable. You're not supposed to make like you're supposed to be polite. Like politeness and manners, like to me, it's not about being better than someone else. It's about just like making them feel respected.
Mm.
And I've realized that if you are like treating somebody like if you're using like an unnecessary amount of manners, you could actually make someone uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So I'm like, kind of like I do this. I was doing this weird thing for a long time, for my whole life, where I won't eat until everybody has their food. Like I just was taught that, and
Mhm.
I was about to do that in a restaurant with my friends recently, and they were like, "Eat, girl, eat," and I was like, "No, I don't do that," and they were like, "Why?" And it became a whole thing, and then I had to realize I was like, "Oh my God, this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat if they tell me to eat."
Right. When it's like causing the disruption. Yeah, I feel you though. I love the like concept of like almost like being a geisha and just like constantly like, I would love to be a geisha. No, I'm just kidding. But I like the, the woman who is like always sort of aware of, the vibe. You're just like a vibe keeper,
Yeah, definitely. I try to be.
Are you
Yeah.
Italian? Because waiting for people to eat before you reminds me of Italian.
Mm-mm.
No Italian?
No, but I grew up around a lot of Italian people. I'm from
Oh,
Cleveland.
mhm.
And there's a lot of Italian Americans.
Oh, are there?
hmm
Wow. What was it like growing up in Ohio? Okay.
It was
Of
great.
class.
It was awesome.
It was horrible. I left as soon as I could. The second I turned
Yeah.
18, I was out.
Yeah.
Moved to Chicago,
Oh, yeah.
which was much better. Yeah.
I've never been there, but
Oh,
everyone
it's so
loves it.
beautiful. Yeah. People are always like, "Oh, you must love living in LA so much more than Chicago." And I'm like,
Calm down.
I like both. I
Yeah.
really loved living there. I
No
just,
porn in Chicago though. I learned that when I moved there.
Yeah. I was a hairstylist. When I was like
Wow,
that.
many lives, many lifetimes.
Colorist and hairstylist.
Ooh.
Yeah. I always wonder if any of my clients like watch my porn now.
Almost
Probably.
certainly.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Very probable.
Are you still making the porn?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Not really for studios
Yeah.
lately.
Mhm.
For the right studio and the right price, I will. But like,
Mhm.
it just doesn't. I had a great studio career. I shot like 50 scenes last year, like for trans is a lot.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
shot a lot, and I had a great year. I was really proud of all the work I did. But I just kind of realized that it just doesn't really. It's not as much money as just focusing on my own stuff. I mean, this is not news, but
But it's good you got in like a year of promo and
yeah,
networking.
Mhm.
I did what I came to do with it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm still taking bookings, but
Mhm. You're not pressed.
yeah, I feel like I'm not really the studio type for trans models anyway. Like they want these like total top, like no tattoos, ultra skinny, and like it's just like I just feel like I don't know. I'm not that.
That's so fucking annoying. Like, how do you want to like hardcore top who's like a model, like with no tattoos? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, unrealistic standards. Of the,
Yeah, for real.
yeah.
The tattoos truly protected me, I feel like, from a deeper porn career, which
Mhm.
hurt me at the time. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm not upset about that.
Yeah, I had a director tell me like early in my career, like, oh, because I got a bunch during my career. And he was like, oh, if you get more tattoos, like, I'll stop booking you. And I was like,
Oh my God.
I don't fucking care. You don't have a contract. Like, I've shot with that dude like twice at the time. I was like, you haven't given me nearly enough money, or like, I'm not.
This
it's-
isn't a loss.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, I want tattoos. It's kind of my choice to do that. And yeah. I mean, there's studios out there that like won't book trans models because they get breast implants. I'm like, what do you? They want you to like. They don't want you to, but they beat around the bush like, oh, your hormones like they make it harder to get hard and harder to come. So it's like, y'all want us to like reverse our transitions, but then be trans models. Just go watch gay porn. Like if you want to watch men fucking like. Go watch gay porn. I'm sorry,
Right.
but like I'm not gonna I got into sex work so
No.
I could transition. So you got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna like go backwards.
That's also rude because the amount of other people that have penises in porn who have a very hard time getting hard, staying hard, and coming. Almost all of them.
Yeah. Literally.
So, no.
Literally.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, y'all.
I feel proud.
I'm so proud. I love Pride. Pride was the first time I ever was like, wow, like there's actually a world out there that I could fit into.
Mm.
When I went to Cleveland Pride with my boyfriend when I was 16. Yeah, it changed my life forever.
Really?
Yeah. I support Pride every year. I love Pride so much. It means the world to me. It really does. And I know a lot of people. I have kind of a hot take. A lot of people complain about like, you know, the capitalistic nature of Pride now. And
Sure.
I know that it's like annoying. I roll my eyes too. But there was definitely a time in the world where like people could just could just deny gay people and trans people into their businesses. Like I know that we have a long way to go, but I feel like just because you like slapping a rainbow on something to sell it, it might be like a little whack, but it's better than not selling it to the person. That's the next level dehumanizing, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, to like say you can't participate in society at all is like fucked up. So I just think it's important. I think Pride, like, it's just a celebration, and I'm never gonna be one of those like gays who's like, ugh, Pride. Like, sorry, but it's amazing. I'm so glad it
Yeah.
exists. Like when I was young, it meant a lot to me, and still does.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
nice that y'all had a Pride. I grew up in New Hampshire and there was no Pride.
Really?
Yeah, they had their first Pride in like 2015,
Damn.
which is crazy.
That's why I'm saying it's
Yeah.
really important.
It
It's
is
crazy
really
that like
important.
when I started high school, I think that was when Obama was first running for president, and he literally ran on an anti-gay marriage platform. Like that was his first campaign. He was not into gay people at all. So it's really trippy. That was not that long ago because I'm extremely young. So
You know,
No.
gay marriage is funny. Like when if I grew up in the time of no gay marriage,
mhm.
and I always kind of like when it did become legalized, I was so firm in my identity, and like an adult, I was kind of like, you think I want to do that shit?
That's
I
not
was
what I
already
was asking for.
No, I think I was already, and I understand it's a very important. I understand, like, but it's just. I just love being gay because you can just really make your own rules to life. Like
Yes.
it made me
Which is the
realize
opposite
like,
of marriage in a lot of ways, or the institution of marriage. you know?
exactly. But there are reasons why gay marriage needs to be a thing.
Recognize. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and like it's something that I'm so glad it was put out of my mind from an early age. You know, because I was like, okay, well, I'm forced to figure out what happiness looks like in relationships, all that stuff,
Mhm.
without these like societal
Scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, to go by.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they taught us in public school like the reasons why gay marriage was wrong. And they said they were like, "Well, listen. It's not going to just stop at gay marriage. Then someone's going to want to marry a frog, and then someone's going to you're going to let someone marry a bridge." And I remember because my brain was like mush at the time, I was like, "That makes sense." Like it was just so crazy how easily we were all like brainwashed, because it's like, this is the teacher, they have the answers, and then they give you the answers, and then the answers are those. It's wild.
Yeah.
Let's
But-
talk about homo shit we were doing as children.
Okay, little kid gay shit. I love that topic.
You know, it's so funny. Like I know a lot of trans people, they'll be like, oh, when I was young, I played with Barbies and all that stuff. And like, I really wasn't like that. I was very always feminine. Like when I came out, everyone was kind of like, we know, you know, like it was kind of like that. But I never played with dolls. Like I was the doll, you know. I played with Legos. I was interested in like building pyramids. You know, like I don't know. I did the gayest thing I did as a child was I painted my nails like all the time. And if I had like any girlfriends, they were getting manicures when we hung out.
Wow.
Every time.
Did you have mostly girlfriends when you were a kid?
Oh yeah. It was the situation where like the parents were like, they can sleep over. You're good. Don't worry. You know.
And their parents were like, yeah, you can sleep over.
Which is ironic because now I'm like bi and like I get with women all the time. So I'm just like,
you're like, y'all know what was happening at those
yeah, but I wasn't doing all that, you know. I got along with women. Like they were my people, obviously.
Yeah.
I am a woman, so.
Have you dated women romantically?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I first stumbled upon you because you were dating. I don't know if they're they them, but
no.
Yeah, okay. An AFAB person.
Okay.
Who
They're not.
I was
She's not.
stalking on. Okay, she's not. I was stalking her on the gram. And she was dating you, and I was like, God damn, who is this beautiful creature? And then I bought one of the shirts that she made that I think you designed that says straight for pay.
Yeah, she sold all these shirts. She sold shirts with my face on them and didn't give me any of the money.
Oh.
The fuck is that?
I mean, you know,
Which is basically like the whole, like, that's how I could define the relationship.
Yeah. It's a good synopsis of it all.
God.
Damn.
Women.
Women.
No, I'm kidding.
Women, am I right?
No, I love all people. I'm truly bi. I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've never dated a cis man in my transition, though.
Wow.
Never.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, not that I wouldn't, but like, I have really high standards, and typically these.
They are not meeting them.
No, they're not.
They're not, unfortunately.
Yeah, fortunately,
Maybe someday.
maybe.
Guys, keep trying. Don't give up on yourselves, please.
Or do. I'll live.
Or, yeah.
I'll survive.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm single right now, though.
I was gonna ask, but then I didn't want to ask. But
No. I'm single. I was in a relationship. It was fun. It was like 4 months long, but it ended sadly. But he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He was a trans guy. I've dated a couple trans guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only real man is what I say.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never dated a. No, I have. Yeah.
There it is.
I dated a trans man before he transitioned, and then years later, we hadn't really kept up. We had a weird breakup, and he texts me, and he's like, "Can I show you my penis?" And I was like, "Honestly, yes. I'm so happy for you that you have one now. So go ahead."
He asked. See, he asked.
Yes.
That's why trans men. I'm telling you, he asked.
And it was so not a typical dick pic. He was like holding it like a little baby bird.
Oh.
He was like,
Trans men.
Penis. Yeah.
They just get it.
I'm single now too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm like, you want to date?
Hello.
Me and you?
I thought when I asked you, have you dated women romantically, and she was like, I mean, that's how we met. I was like, oh, how the hell did I not know that y'all were in love? Goddamn.
We're exes.
Everyone that I've ever dated has come out as bisexual while dating me, even like gold star lesbian. So I'm like, I don't know what this means. Is it because I have equal amounts of toxic masculinity and femininity? I don't know. But very interesting.
I think it's probably because you have a very like disarming quality, and you make people feel really comfortable. And
thank you.
That's what I think.
That is very nice of you to say.
Mm.
It's either that or it's the complete opposite. And I make people feel very uncomfortable sometimes by accident.
Not me.
And on purpose. Good. That's all that matters. Truly. All I care is what you think.
Oh. Well, I think very highly of both of you.
I think very highly of you too.
Oh.
And I'm simply so glad that you're on the pod right now.
Me too.
Gracie, are you a big dreamer? Like at night?
At night? Yeah, I have dreams every night. Vivid dreams.
Ooh.
Yes.
Are you off the pot?
I don't smoke right now.
Nice. That probably has to do like.
I always dream though, even when I was smoking.
Wow, that's powerful.
Girl, and there's sometimes I have these like prophetic dreams.
No, trans girls are plugged in. I swear to God, mystical shit be happening.
I had this one dream once, and it was like a time in my life where things were like changing. Like I felt like I was really shedding a lot of just like toxic friendships, toxic relationships. It's towards the end of that one relationship actually. And I didn't know, like I was so like distraught, and I just felt horrible. And I had this really prophetic dream that I coughed up a rat. And it was the most hideous, crazy rat you've ever seen in your life. It was like wrapped in a worm. It was a nude rat, and it was wrapped in a worm. Whoa. It looked like the image of like disgusting. Like just toxicity. Like it looked like the evil rat. And I woke up coughing. And I felt it. I like my throat was like scratchy a little. I was like, wow. Oh my God. And in the dream, it was so weird. A nurse like stuck a camera down there because I was like, there's something wrong with my throat. There's something wrong with my throat. And the nurse stuck a camera down there, and I just saw the rat. And then I coughed it out, and it looked at me, glared at me right in my eyes, and then scurried away. And I was like, I think I have to cough up this proverbial rat in my life and like just cut some ties and move forward. Like you can't keep disgusting rats around. Okay, that sounded really horrible. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant at all. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep them out of your throat, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That was the problem. They were all in my throat. I was just like, get out of my throat.
Yeah, I've had to milk this soul throat chakra for the last year. It's been a lot of shit like, stored in here and like blocking expression, I feel like.
Yeah. Dreams are very important. I feel like I've gotten some of my most important like self-discovery messages and like instructions. Like you need to cut this person out, or like this person has bad intentions for you. Like it's just the truth comes out in dreams. I think it's so funny that like it's so common for people to have dreams of their partner cheating on them. I just feel like if you're having dreams like that, I feel like it's a sign that you're in the wrong relationship. How do y'all feel? Is that a hot take?
Maybe not that you're in something wrong, but definitely there's something to look at.
There's something to look at,
within
whether
yourself.
in yourself or with the other. Yeah.
Yeah, my opinion on dreams is like, it's usually not, for me, like when I start to really break them down, it's usually not like as clear and obvious as like, oh, someone's cheating because I had a dream it's happening.
Right.
It's more like, oh, there's a level of trust I don't have. Or like, maybe I feel a little bit insecure right now. Whatever it is. That's typically like stress dreams are often like your hair falling out. Like I have the one I have is like that I'm not going to graduate high school.
Oh,
I know. It's like people telling me like, well, you're not going to be able to graduate high school. And it's like this real panic that I'm not going to be able to do it. And I did graduate high school. But like it's stress, it's just stress.
My stress dreams, like this is one example, but this theme recurs a lot. But I was like driving down the road. I was driving a boat. My friend from this like old program I used to work at is also driving a boat down the street. We slam into each other, and I spend the rest of the dream having to do like insurance paperwork that I don't know how to do. And like it's so like horrible and boring.
No.
I had the longest, most lucid, most like lost in it for years dream. I was like this short, bald man who worked in a cubicle and ate TV dinners every night. And I lived as him for a full like year in this dream of like the same thing every day, just like bland and boring and sad.
This is so weird. Huh? You were my dad. This is so weird.
Wow.
And he was dreaming that he was you.
We must never meet. But it was wild. And I kept waking up in the dream because it was like so many days. And I'd be like, oh, thank God that dream's over. And I'd be like, look in the mirror, still the same dude. And I was like, fuck, I'm stuck here. Like, have you guys ever gotten stuck?
Yeah. Where you can't get out of it. Can't wake up.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
What are you gonna do?
Do you write them down?
Yes.
Of course you do.
I do.
Are you psychic? Are you psychic?
No.
Wow.
I mean,
Has any paranormal shit ever happened to you?
No, I wish. That would be so cool, but no. Unfortunately, no. I just decided if I ever write a memoir, and I already know what I've written one line.
Okay.
One line, that's it. I came in the room to dance. It's the first line.
That's all the book
You're going to read it?
Hell yeah. Do you have the title?
No. Yeah.
I once was in a job interview and they asked me, if you had a memoir, what would the title be? I was like, oh, I already have the title.
What is it?
I have it all written down. because I have it all written down. I've been journaling for so long, and I was saying that like I have like records of my life. I have it all written down, and they were like, "Oh, that sounds like some Me Too type of."
Oh yeah, it does kind of sound
some
like
Kavanaugh.
I know what you did, and I wrote it down.
And that's exactly what
I have it all written down. Bitch.
And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But and it was crazy because it was 2 gay women interviewing me, and I was just like, "What is happening? You're pulling out Kavanaugh?"
Did they hire you?
No.
Bitches.
You know what I realized though? I have never been fired. Isn't that crazy?
Me either. Shockingly, on the verge. Many times,
Same. Never been fired before. Well, not that I can remember.
What was your?
I blocked it out.
No, I was fully blacked out. I actually did. I should not tell the story, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
Because fuck it. When I
more new
was
people
6,
know.
I was 16. Like, girl, what were you doing when you were 16? Like,
Fully unformed.
when I was 16, I worked at a library,
Oh.
and I got fired for being blacked out at the library. The last thing I remember, and this is gonna age me. The last thing I remember is like reading in the Us Weekly, is like Lindsay Lohan, like someone called Samantha Ronson is when they were dating the lesbian relationship.
I loved that.
Samantha Ronson, I was lit, and Samantha Ronson was like had abused, or she was calling the police because Lindsay Lohan had abused her, and I
Oh my
was
God.
reading it, and that's the last thing I remember. And then I woke up. You know,
Wow.
yeah,
Where'd they find
They
you?
didn't keep me, sadly.
Did you fall asleep at the desk?
No, I don't
the
know
books?
what happened. My job was so
I woke
fucked
up and the shelves were all pushed over.
My job was to organize the children's section.
That's sleepy.
Yeah.
Pretty sleepy.
She said, "Cat in the Hat again."
Yeah. It was kind of a lit library. The children's librarian was wild. And she was on pills, and she would like give me pills sometimes.
Oh,
and she would
no, librarians are freaks.
She would tell me all like she taught me some really valuable stuff. Yeah, sugar baby vibes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a perfect job for a sugar baby. Like
Truly.
I'm a children's librarian. Guys eat that shit up.
No, when we went to the store last night, we looked really good. Like every single comedian came out. We were close to the front. They were like, "Damn, there's some fine ass women in here tonight." But I was just like,
Y'all always
so
look good.
debatable. But I was like just waiting for one of them to be like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" I was gonna be like, "I'm a kindergarten teacher," like with my huge titties out, just like I'm the perfect innocent woman.
I was gonna
Have you
say
done a Magic School Bus spoof?
It must be done.
You need to do it.
that for Halloween, maybe.
Oh,
Miss
hell
Frizzle.
yeah.
yeah.
Please do, Miss Frizzle.
With a bus would be crazy.
Yeah, you need in a bus.
wait, we need the
That's-
Bus
You haven't done
party.
this?
Bus party.
Why have you never rented a bus?
You don't have a bus?
That's weird. I thought we all had
I
buses.
thought you guys had money.
About to book
I
a
know,
bus
right?
and busted. right.
Just kidding. Like I thought you were Miss Frizzle.
I know.
I would not have come on this podcast if you were not Miss Frizzle. You didn't teach me about the ocean? I love those books.
I feel like they're making new episodes of that, but maybe I'm wrong. I
Or-
don't know. I'm not.
They're
about
There were
not
books
live
too,
action.
right?
Huh?
I think there were books too, right?
Yeah.
If they were, I did not read those.
No. I had a hard time reading, in general.
But not
Oh,
a hard time
really?
counting.
Hard time counting?
I said not a hard time counting.
I
hard time three. Oh.
I did have a
That
hard time
too.
counting.
Oh, I thought
Because I
Why do you
had
think that
OCD.
is?
What? Oh, because I had OCD. So like when I had, it's gone now. Just kidding. But reading, instead of like reading each word, I'd be either counting the words in the sentences or counting the syllables.
that's what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, no, I got it. After I didn't get it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just so hard for me to be like actually getting what's happening. I'd have to reread pages a lot. I feel like it's easier with the Kindle sometimes. I finally changed from analog books to electronic, which has been helpful, especially with traveling because you don't have to fucking bring books with you.
Library.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have like a bigger love for it now that you do it well?
Yes, absolutely. I felt like kind of left out, like in school and stuff. Just like I don't know, people could read easily, and it was just hard. I don't think I actually read any of the books that were assigned to me ever. Yeah. But I would still like do well on the tests on them somehow.
That's
It's
good.
just a good
Well,
bullshit.
test taking is like a whole skill of its own.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm a really good test taker too. Like it's a logic thing, you know, it's a process of elimination. Some people just like it's like they get nervous and answer wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a very I just do shit. Like I try not to overthink things and do them. I think that makes good decisions.
Trust your intuition on the first bubble. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
Did you get a superlative in high school?
I did.
Yes, I fucking knew it. What was it?
Most changed.
Wow.
She's an enigma.
Ain't that the truth?
Most changed. And I was, when I got it, I was nervous. I was like, oh, this is going to be one of those ones that the weird kids got. Because, there was a few that was most unique. And it was it was not a good one to get. No shade. Because they were cool to me. But it was giving the weird kid, But most changed, there was they would pick the boy and the girl. And obviously. Yeah. And the girl who had gotten most changed, she was cool. She went from kind of nerd to cool. Oh. And I was like, okay. So,
hell yeah.
I think it was because I lost a lot of weight.
Oh. Wait,
I went from emo gay to skinny
princess?
Ratchet gay.
Ratchet?
Yeah, it's really ratchet.
What were we doing? Four Loko?
Oh, yeah. Among other things.
Yeah.
I never went to school. I was really I was one of those kids. I almost didn't graduate because I had such an issue with truancy. But I didn't want to go to school. I was really, really gay. I was the only out gay person in my whole school.
Wow.
Stop.
How big was the school?
Not huge. It was probably 500, 600 kids. Which
in the
is
grade?
kind of worse. No.
Oh, in the whole school.
Total. And it was kind of worse for me because that
You're
really
all alone.
Yeah, and there were there was another school where there were a couple gay people and just people who kind of appreciated me, and so I just found myself wanting to hang out with them. And I had a couple boyfriends in high school, hung out with them.
And they were great influences.
Yeah.
I'll take full responsibility for all my bad behavior, but it is cute. My first boyfriend ever reached out to me on Facebook and was like, I just wanted to apologize to you for, he was crazy. I love him. If you're watching this, I love you. We're always going to be cool. He's a vibe. He was crazy but fun. I don't hold any of it against it. We were so young, And he actually messaged me in my adult life and was like, I just want to apologize for any of the horrible ways I acted, misogynistic things I was doing. And
that's actually
I was
so
like,
nice.
we're good. Thank you.
My first boyfriend has messaged me one time in adulthood. Okay. It was after I posted, I don't know if you've seen this. I know that you have seen this. There's a picture of me from when I'm about 25 years old and I'm holding up a raccoon on the side of the road that is roadkill. Okay. And I made some posts about how I learned to skin an animal. And apparently I misworded it because a lot of people thought that I ate it. And my first boyfriend DM'd me and very aggressively asked me what it was like to eat roadkill. I haven't heard from this man in a decade. And he was like, what was it like to taste the flesh? And I was just like, what?
It's not bad. No, I'm kidding.
How did you prepare it? Well, since you asked.
I mean, I grew up, so before I lived in Cleveland, I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. So
love Nash.
The southern route.
That kind of stuff.
You gotta eat something.
Roadkill for breakfast.
Gotta eat. Yeah. There was a crick outside my house,
You had
crick.
the crick. Gotta love
crawfish in it and stuff.
Crawdads.
Crawdad.
Oh, a creek?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we called them. That's what we called them. And there was it was called, I lived on Henpeck Lane.
What is
Pancake
it?
Lane?
Henpeck Lane.
Henpeck.
Hen pet.
Yeah,
What's
and
that?
there was Henpeck Market. And I would
Just
walk.
when a hen gives you a little peck.
I would
A
beg.
slap?
A hen.
Oh, a hen.
Yeah, because they. And I would beg my mom for change, and I'd walk down to Henpeck Market for moon pies.
Moon pie.
Mm.
Oh my God, my grandma
I do
loves
know a
them.
moon pie.
Yes, those are my favorite.
Oh God, I love the South. What a crazy.
Honestly, people were like, "Oh, that must have been so hard for you," and I was devastated to leave Nashville, and it wasn't. Midwest was far worse. The South gets a really bad reputation. I know that there's big problems there, but I think that the vibe of people in general is actually kind of friendlier and more polite.
Way friendlier.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a white woman, but I'm gonna say this anyway because I do find this to be true. The racism in the South is it's so different because I don't know, it's almost like the Holocaust. It's people are really hyper aware that it happened in the South.
There's more Black people in the South.
Yeah, there's way more Black people in the South. And then up north, it's people can't acknowledge the fact that they're being racist. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I would say that in a lot of ways, the North is more racist, also because they don't have as much exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Exposure. Exposure. Okay.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Cities are great. It's weird being somewhere where things are happening instead of somewhere where things are like receiving what's happening 10 years down the line. It's interesting.
Were you living in Europe?
No. I've just been
You were
spending
just-
a lot of time there.
What's your favorite
love it.
country?
I had a lot of fun in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I did. Like, it was just so utopian and
It
cool.
real-
Wow.
It really is.
Yeah.
Wow. 80-year-olds like whizzing by you on bikes.
The bikes scared me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, don't kill me.
Too much.
Please don't kill me.
Too fast.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, fuck. I need to start paying attention to around my
Yeah.
surroundings.
I know, right? You have to be
Mhm.
engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best days of my life was the last time I went to the Netherlands. I ate a decent amount of truffles and I got a moped and I drove around the entire country on like the country roads and I accidentally ended up on the freeway once. That was a little scary.
Oh.
On the moped. I couldn't read the signs. What does a big red circle mean? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
To me, I'm thinking like, aim for the circle.
Right. Go on the freeway.
Run right into the sign.
Oh, I think we're merging. We're merging. We're merging.
I think that I'm not blaming you. Okay. But I think that was another reason why I stayed out so late last night because
You were trying to
you
unmerge.
left and I was like, we're separate people. I don't have to leave too just because I know it's a better decision. I'm going to stay.
And be different.
Which like my friendship with you has like helped me go home earlier for sure. Because like
Have that
as
effect on people.
soon as she wants to leave somewhere, she is gone. And like it takes me a lot to be able to do that. I don't even really understand why. My siblings call it the never stop chilling disease.
Do they have it too?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I have that chronic never stop chilling disease.
Yeah.
Keep chilling no matter what I do. But you know what I love? Oh,
No, please.
you know what I love about Europe?
What?
The sex out there.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, like my scenes there are all so much more exciting and like
Ooh.
crazy and like
Can
just
you put your finger on it?
yeah, totally. I've like that's the first place I ever got peed on.
Oh.
It's the first place I got like double anal on camera.
Wow.
At least like professionally.
Mhm.
And had like gangbangs and stuff and I loved it. Like it's just a more
A little nastier?
it was way nastier and it's kind of like it's boundary pushing in a way that actually like worked for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I like sex. Like I like unfortunately I think that like a lot of the like because it's such an insular community here, you know, you get to know these people and it's not good because bad things happen.
Yeah, you'd rather not know them. That's
Yeah,
not an
and
option.
over in Europe, it's just a bunch of strange European men doing their thing.
Yo.
Yeah, and for me, that's hot, and I feel like I got introduced to things that I never even knew I liked, and I really enjoyed that about Europe. And then I met some like really amazing hot guys, and had fun sex. Mhm.
And they'll let you just stay. You get free lodging over there too, you know?
Yeah, they're
Wow.
so nice. Yeah, so different. Like
Are you swallowing pee when you're getting peed on?
yes,
That's
and
what
it's
I
actually
thought about.
funny because I'm sorry, I'm about to blow a lot of people's cover right now, but
Let's go.
so those scenes that they shoot, they like the fans really want to see you swallow it.
Right.
So the first scene I ever did, I was swallowing all of it. Like I was really trying
Gulping.
to swallow it. Yeah,
Wow.
because I was like, that's what they want.
I'm a good girl.
I'm a good girl. And then later on, the guy was like, you know, you don't really have to swallow it. You can just let your mouth fill up and go. And I was like, you don't? So I just like, I don't know. I kind of liked it. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes like they drink this like weird tea there that's like really
Oh.
tasty. It's like warm tea.
Oh.
Yeah, I can chug.
Oh my
And,
god, I'm
it's-
so intrigued.
Yeah, I like the whole they destroy your makeup. They like, you know, I feel like I was so
Yeah.
focused on like being perfect and looking hot, and over there I was like, let me just let loose and like let these people just destroy me. And I'll say this, those are some of my best selling scenes ever. And
Yeah.
there was a part of me that was a little bit like, wow, you guys, like you'd rather see me get pissed all over than and have like normal sex. But you know what? Of course they do.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
porn. Like
Yeah.
I'm not mad at
The
that.
normal sex is for me. Okay.
What is the most forbidden sex that you've ever had?
Forbidden.
Ooh, yeah.
Is sex ever forbidden?
Oh, love that question.
That's a great, yeah. That's
I guess it's like your personal, like it felt wrong
Wrong,
to you.
or, like,
versus
I've
other
definitely
people.
had sex, especially at the beginning of my transition. I slept with some like DL, which if you don't know, it's like down low straight men who are just like in the like, you know, too ashamed to be seen with you in public, but they want to fuck you.
Mhm.
And I enjoyed it a lot. It was very like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like at the beginning of my transition, like I didn't have a lot of confidence, and I seeked validation through it a little bit, and it was to no avail. Like the validation has to come from within. However, I think it's just like any kink stuff where it's like I'm this person. Kink, I've really like learned a lot about it. I went to the German fetish ball this year, which I want to tell you guys about.
Ooh.
But I've learned so much about kink, and I always was kind of like, I'm not interested in this because as a trans woman, I've been fetishized a ton, and I kind of thought like it's all just a bunch of horny dudes trying to fuck me. But the true like nature of real kink is role reversal. So like, if I am this like really strong woman who I'm proud of myself, I have nothing to hide. I have so much self-respect. Behind closed doors, it feels good to be disrespected and treated like shit a little bit. Like it just in a sexual setting. I mean, that's what I'm consenting to. That's what I want. I think that's honestly a lot of times people want what they're so desperately like not
Pushing
getting in
against.
their real life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you can have really cathartic experiences. Like I'm the type of person who I buy myself everything I want. I don't ever rely on a man to buy me shit. Like everything, every surgery I've gotten and my whole transition, I paid for it. But when I was at the fetish ball, I had just gotten out of that relationship. I felt so like sad, and I went to the fetish ball, and this Swiss dude comes up to me, and he's desperate to talk to me. And he's like, "Oh, you know, like, what can I do for you? I want to turn you into my perfect bimbo doll. I want to buy you all this surgery." And at the time, he was just telling me everything I wanted to hear, which in that setting, I wanted that. Like, and I got it. He was like, "I want to buy you new tits, huge tits, and you'll only wear pleasers 24/7." And I'm gonna buy you. Yeah, it was the most crazy shit, but I wanted to
knew.
hear it,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "Okay, now kiss my feet." And it was such a cathartic experience.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, I think it's fun sometimes to like play a different role.
Yeah.
You know,
For
Feel
sure.
that.
I wouldn't call that forbidden though, because
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
allowed.
That makes hella sense.
yeah,
My fantasy of late, this is kind of intense, so trigger warning, but I've definitely been having a lot of like frat boy gangbang fantasies, which is what I very much, do not publicly support, obviously, in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, it does get me off really fast at the moment. So
Mhm.
definitely something to be said for it.
yeah. There's something I just have to say there's something kind of hot about the fantasy of like really misogynistic like
Right.
dudes that you would never talk to in real life,
Yes.
letting
Yeah.
them access your body in the most insane way.
Yes.
Kind of can
Yeah.
feel like you're like, why do I like this?
I think it's like we have to have so much control over our bodies and safety and everything as women, and I feel like that's such a common fantasy because you're kind of playing into everything you're trying to protect yourself from. It's like this kind of freeing
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
experience.
Mhm.
A lot of people who are victims of assault say that they love watching that type of
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
yeah, because it's almost like taking your power back.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to come to this right now.
Right.
Whereas I might not have, but
Right.
I think that it gets mixed up when people, I think it's actually honestly a really American thing. A lot of guys, they want to take these types of dynamics into the real world and outside of the bedroom. And that's where I'm like, no, that's not fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Can't, like,
owned.
delineate.
That's the whole point. Like, what's the fun in me being owned in the bedroom if I
It-
have no freedom in my real life?
Right.
And I feel like guys don't understand the importance of making you feel free and safe in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that you can really explore those fantasies. They want you to be this like crazy kinky person behind closed doors, but they don't want to provide any safety and protection for you outside.
So there's no
that's-
container for
The
it.
fake
How,
dom.
why would we want
Fake
that?
dom.
Why would we ever want that? Why would we ever want to be in a situation where we don't even feel safe with you, period? So
You don't want to play into a man's delusion 24/7?
I refuse to. I play into my own delusions.
Thank you.
Hey.
I have enough of my own.
Yeah, really delusional enough for both of us.
Oh my god, I want to keep talking forever.
I
I feel like
know.
we're just getting to the
I know. How did
juice.
the time go by so fast?
Wow.
How do you feel about being online forever?
I feel like
Oh.
I'll say one thing about it.
Regard.
When I was younger, everybody was like, "Don't meet people, strangers off the internet." And then some of my best friends are people, strangers I've met off the internet. And, like,
Hell yeah.
the internet is just here to stay,
Mhm.
and I do think people kind of get carried away with the permanence of their online presence.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people doing this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's why people stop making content. Typically, their careers die down because so many people are flooding in.
Right.
Yep.
New
It's a machine.
Yeah.
So, I don't care. I've been online forever. I was a MySpace girl. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that. Were you coding?
Yeah, I had like the coolest profiles ever.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
R.I.P.
It's been an incredible honor and a pleasure to have
I
you.
feel like I went to
Gracie.
church, honestly.
Yeah. Renewed,
I feel very
baptized.
blessed.
Well,
And Grace.
I feel blessed. Thank
Grace
you guys.
by Gracie Jane.
Thank you guys for having me. And
Yeah.
also, people should. I'm just plugging this because we're both here right now. People need to watch our scene.
Our scene goes crazy.
Ooh.
It's
And people do be watching our scene. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
one of my
If you
best
haven't-
sellers.
Ooh.
Yeah, please feel free, speaking of, to plug anything you like and let the humans know where to search for you.
Well, I do have an OnlyFans.
Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do?
And I'm the Gracie Jane on OnlyFans, and my artist name is Jane's World once again. So if you want to listen to my music, check it out. It's
Surgery is therapy.
therapy. Yeah, I don't need therapy. I just need surgery.
Banger.
Oh, Baha.
Oh,
Do you have anything to say?
Oh,
he loves baddies.
He's
It's what he always
lost for
says.
words.
Yeah.
All
Yay! Thank
right.
you so much. for coming.
Thank you both so much, and I hope that y'all have the best day. I'm so
Oh.
happy to come on here.
Yay!
I want to go get lunch or something.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Okay.
Hungry?
Are you sure you want to post that?